Hi there YouTube, Mark Verheer here with a nice little video. I thought it would be nice to update you on my game room, and the game room actually did have quite a substantial upgrade, and some things have changed quite dramatically, and you may actually have seen snippets of it in the previous videos, but yeah, this time it's like a proper game room tour. It's a quick one with me waffling all over the place. But yeah, Mark's Game Room, July 12th, 2020. Here we go. Okay, room tour, July 2020. Yeah, there's an egg. So yeah, things have changed quite dramatically actually in the room. Some bits are the same, like this shelving unit. This is a NAS and just an assortment of stuff, and this is a dragon wrapped around this homemade stool. There's actually an egg, a dragon egg, flashing away. Yeah, my optical drive games like Xbox Original, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 behind there, and then Wii U, Wii, 3DS and DS, and some little nooks and crannies, some art. On top actually sits the collection of mini consoles that I have, and I did have a workstation over here, a stand-up desk, but that actually has changed because I have this CRT with a MiSTer FPGA keyboard and controller in the Panda, Kung Fu Panda, and this below actually is the MiSTer setup, or the MiST setup actually, with a keyboard and the mouse and a controller, and this actually is my Commodore 64 laptop thingy. It all outputs on a Sony stereo. This is my VIC-20, an Xbox, and an Atari 800 on top of a VCR DVD, a Ryzen system, a Ryzen emulation system, and a box, a loudspeaker box, a router, and then my new media center, the couch, and then this little stool, a fan, and another fan that is uncannily like the new PlayStation 5 coming out. The wall still is very barren, so I may actually have to put some art on there. There's a bat hanging from the ceiling. I've removed actually quite a few of the stickers that were on there, just a small assortment of the IKEA stickers, and yeah, so here's some Billy cases, the Ouya on top with PSP and PlayStation Vita, some PC discs and DVDs, a loudspeaker, and couch, and some nice pixel art the wife made. And over here I got this cabinet. Let's open the curtains to let some light come in. Two ferns, some cows. Oh yeah, I can actually turn on these. Yeah, just a small case with controllers in those baskets, another loudspeaker, and some some power sockets and stuff. A little plant, a hidden TV over here, which I can put out for some extra stuff. Empty Coke bottle, the fan, another Ryzen system, modded PlayStation 2, and a controller for it. Mac Mini 2008, which I mostly use for browsing. My TV, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, HDMI switcher, and Samsung Blu-ray player, and the stereo amp. Over here, a nice little nook, another MiSTer, an Xbox 360, an HDMI, a component, a switch, my PlayStation 3, and my open source scaler. These drawers contain controllers and stuff. Over here as well. Now, a whole shitload of items actually has been stored under the eaves. Actually, the roof is actually slanting like that, so there's quite a huge amount of storage, which I'm not gonna completely show, but yeah, there's a ton of stuff in there, games and systems and stuff. So yeah, the room actually is a lot emptier than it used to be, but I really like it. And it's more of a, how do you say that, living room, sitting room experience. And it's easy to hook up the classic systems over on the CRT. I haven't gotten rid of the other CRT, it's just sitting at the attic. But yeah, so this is my game room tour 2020, summer 2020. So yeah, another Panda, of course. If you want to see some stuff in detail, please let me know. I'll make videos. If you have some questions, please put them down below. I'll try to answer them. And just show you the items that are on display. So yeah, basically I moved quite a few of my items. I moved quite a few items in the eave and in the attic and in the garage. And actually I did get rid of a lot of double stuff. So it's actually the first time I ever purged anything, but I needed to. I mean, there were cabinets from here to there, you know, it was just insane. It felt very cramped, and this time, in this way, I'm actually able to enjoy the space. I mean, it might actually not convey it completely how it looks, how roomy it actually is, but it really is quite roomy, and it's a joy to be in here. And yeah, this wall bags for some art. But I do have Philips Hue lights. Every lamp in here actually has one of these Philips Hue lights, and this is actually the spring blossom theme. So at night I can actually quickly change all the settings around to have a different mood. Over there is also RGB lights, but they are a different system. I use a different remote for it. But yeah, my whole room is RGB equipped, and that's actually quite interesting because you get to set the mood, and you really use your walls as as a mood enhancer. You know, if you have different lighting schemes, then oh yeah, of course the switch. And it's very easy to hook up different systems, and there's a ton of systems which I still need to organize and have more accessible, but this is like 4 meters of storage space. Going back about 1.5 meters. Of course it's like a slant. You can actually see the slant, which will continue over there. But yeah, less is more, and I really needed to just to empty out a lot of the collection from the game room and store it elsewhere, and actually get rid of quite a few double stuff. That's actually a PC that I still want to put to use somewhere, perhaps in there. It's an i5 3rd generation, and I could actually use that as a streaming hub. I tried to put the Mac Mini into servers as a streaming PC, but you don't want to do that with a Mac Mini, even if it's a 2018 model. It just doesn't want to cooperate with the Elgato capture card. Windows is a lot easier when it comes to that. So yeah, the windows, I mean, there's roll down shades in front of it, but the windows have been treated with that UV with a UV filter. So despite it being quite sunny in here, the items on display, the items on the shelf, actually never get sun damaged or UV damaged. But yeah, it's a very nice wide setup. It's I think this is, well, might even be close to 3 or 3.5 meters in width, with a loudspeaker on the right and a loudspeaker on the left. 2 big honking PCs, emulating gaming, and the main screen, of course, is this Samsung screen, and actually I can use that. It's behind the little computer. That's a little stool that I can use to run the MiST from, or the MiSTer. And the MiSTer hooked up to a CRT is actually the way to go. Very beautiful scan lines, and actually this CRT, it was actually rather new. My dad got it about perhaps 1 or 2 years before he died. He died like 2014, but it's more or less a pristine CRT with you can actually have it set, the brightness and the contrast is set very low, because it still has a very big yield. And Kung Fu Panda really is my thing. So I have some pandas and a bit of fake bamboo. So yeah, this is the Gameroom 2020. So there's a lot less stuff in it, and some stuff has been put in storage, and some stuff has actually been sold. Oh jeetje, dat zijn ook niet een paar, hè? Oh, gaan we verse aardappeltjes eten? Dat zit volgens mij nog een beetje versterken dan. Een alien. Jeetje, de hele bak zit vol. worden groter naarmate ze aan de onderaan zitten. Oh ja. Er zit een ooievaar op het dak. Hallo ooievaar. En het regent. En hij zit daar. Ah. Dag ooievaar. So yeah, it's actually coming together. So keyboard on top, and I can have that all over the place. Also wireless controller, the MiSTer over there, and the JVC CRT doing its stuff. It's still cluttered, but it's getting somewhere. And I do have an LCD panel with the MiSTer hooked up, and a speaker over there, mouse, keyboard, and a wired controller. Underneath is actually some more space for something, but yeah, CRT gaming, and the MiST with the LCD monitor. So yeah, it's really coming together. I had this TV sitting on, oh gosh, again, bitmap nudity. Oh well. I had this system set up like this with this CRT on top, and there's an Atari 8-bit, an Xbox original, Xbox original, the VIC-20, and the sound system that all the stereos, the sound is piped through. So yeah, and the MiST actually is capable of all sorts of 8-bit computing. I might actually hook it up over there with a SCART cable. These SCART cables are actually very, very handy. They look like this. This is an old one. So you have the VGA and the 3.5mm jack plug, and then it goes to a SCART cable. So both the MiSTer and the MiST are actually capable of outputting to the CRT. And this screen, it's actually this screen was bought by my dad a couple of years before he passed. But as you can see, brightness, contrast, color, it's all very low. This screen is not burned in whatsoever, so this is actually quite a pristine screen, and yeah, I just love it. I was actually contemplating on throwing it out even, but I couldn't bear it. So yeah, I think this is a pretty nice tribute to my dad. Very nice MiSTer case. It's the Stormtrooper case. And, yep, a little keyboard situation, and I have this little stool that I can sit on. And of course I can actually sit on the couch and do some remote gaming as well. So yeah, pretty cool. And I love this 3D Panda. I do have something with black and white critters, cows and pandas, zebras. And yeah, so this is a sneak peek of the game room. A lot of stuff has been actually stored away in the garage and in those eaves. Yeah. Okay, so is the current setup. VIC-20, Xbox, 8-bit Atari, and a MiSTer hooked up to the top screen, and then a MiST hooked up to the bottom screen, and also a Raspberry Pi with a wired mouse and keyboard and a wired controller. And underneath is room for some extra stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. And yeah, the demo actually contains some nudity, so I'm not gonna show that. So yeah. And yes, Amigo, of course, works too. This TV doesn't have the best sound, but yeah. Oh yeah, this works like a charm. Very cool. So I'm using this keyboard and this little controller, but that has a lot of interference, so I might actually use a different one. Edge of Disgrace runs. It's flickering a bit, but I set it to PAL first. Because I was trying out the Commodore 64, but with the forced scan doubler set to 0, VGA scale set to 0, composite sync to 1, and Y PBR to 0, it just works like a dream, and it really looks the part. So I'm going to check out some stuff. Yeah, and the flickering is because my iPhone camera is actually, yeah, I managed to recharge it. My iPhone camera is actually 60 hertz, so it interferes a bit, but it's like a rock solid image at 50 hertz. And well, of course I can manually change that to 60, you know, with the LXD or with a different INI file. So yeah, cool.